Chers auditeurs,
Dear listeners,
bonjour.
welcome in comdarchipodcast Season 4
Saison 4, dans le monde fascinant des architectes.
and in the architectural projects.
Je suis Anne-Charlotte Deponte, passionnée d'architecture et docteur des universités en histoire de l'archi.
I am one of the spokespersons of Anne-Charlotte, who is a PhD in architecture history.
Merci
Thank you
d'être avec moi aujourd'hui.
to be with us today.
Et
And
maintenant,
now,
lundi en français, place au talent.
and Wednesday, let's talk projects. In English, of course.
Bienvenue dans Comme d'Archi.
Dear listeners, good morning. This is François on behalf of Anne-Charlotte. It's good to meet you again in Comme d'Archi, Season 4, Episode 79. Today we're going to tell you about the Atelier Tabula. After several years of experience in architecture agencies, Julien Calvo and Miguel Cayuelas, two young Spanish architects, confronted their architectural ideas with the needs of public and private clients. These parallel careers have led to the realization of different types of program: housing, offices, facilities, renovation, construction, or rehabilitation extension. The diversity of Julien and Miguel's experience demonstrates their ability to understand locations, programs, and stakeholders, and to respond with an appropriate architectural project. The competition as a means of gaining access to the Atelier's first projects gave them a design culture based on innovation. Dialogue, the profusion of non-hierarchical ideas, debates, and conversations, are the young architects' working tools. These are supported by drawings, models, and the search for architectural material and natural references. Confronting the variations of a single project with the architectural, social, and landscape contexts makes it possible to create the specific architecture of the atelier. The site and its specific features generate a global project, a response or proposal to a given urban situation. Julien and Miguel's studies at the École Polytechnique, as well as their experience in site supervision, have provided them with a constructive way of thinking. Coupled with experimentation, this makes it possible to materialize and concretize the architectural project. By integrating contemporary construction techniques, L'Atelier evokes an architecture made with hands, more artisanal in its thinking. Let's talk about one of their projects. A project of school based in Basel, Switzerland, a project in progress, the Schulhaus Walkeweg project. In the early 1960s, American artist Sol LeWitt began experimenting with minimalist three-dimensional sculptures. Starting with strict geometric forms, he used the cube as the basic working unit. These works give rise to an infinite number of variants, based on the repetition of a single element. Building a Sol LeWitt, a free isotropic structure. Simple, flexible, industrialized architecture is the concern here. From the outset, the Walkeweg Schulhaus project assumed a number of uncertainties, such as the possible evolution of the program, its location in a neighborhood yet to be built, and the fact that it was intended for users who had not yet arrived. These uncertainties were taken into account in the design of a building that is both flexible and resilient. The proposal is for a compact, modular building that gains in height to free up as much street-level space as possible. It is therefore proposed to move the building back slightly to the north to create a generous garden to the south. This shift creates a space that is intended as a meeting point for the new Walkeweg neighborhood. The location of the building allows the kindergarten to be situated independently to the north. The topography of the site allows the first floor to be slightly raised, with a gentle slope and a garden leading to the communal areas, dining room, foyer, and meeting room. This location allows us to gain one level for the kindergarten, which faces north with an enclosed outdoor space that is well differentiated from the rest of the school. The need to install a large part of the collective day program on the first floor also enabled the creation of a large south-facing terrace accessible from the street. This mineral terrace is an outdoor space integrated into the school on the second floor. As it is linked to the street by a spiral staircase, it becomes an alternative public space to the square, which can be used outside school opening hours and from which the various levels can be accessed without having to open all the facilities. This terrace is an external extension of the classroom space. It's an enclosed, open space, ideal for children to play outdoors or to develop outdoor educational activities. There is a wide variety of outdoor spaces, enabling a multiplicity of uses for local residents. For the construction of the building, a mixed concrete and wood prefabricated structure is proposed, following an 8x8 meter grid. The main structure can be dry assembled. This system makes it possible to reuse a large part of the building structure that could be dismantled and placed elsewhere. The project was designed to be built in an industrialized form, enabling the systematic repetition of many of its components, from the structure to the joinery. In this way, lead times are considerably reduced without sacrificing robust, durable architecture. The Walkeweg Schulhaus project has been designed according to criteria based on low-tech sustainable architecture, which apply to the following actions: optimization of building construction, limitation of energy demand, use of passive systems, use of solar energy, collection and reuse of rainwater, use of renewable and recycled materials, and finally, optimization of processes during building construction and maintenance. The building's skin is made of glass and wood joinery. This allows for natural lighting of all spaces and significant energy savings. The floors of the structure extend outwards to create external galleries with a dual function. The first is to create an external circulation space, which in turn enables the building to be evacuated. The second is to protect against direct sunlight. In this way, the walkways act as thermal galleries, controlling light and shade for enhanced thermal comfort. The building's exothermic skin helps temper the air in the gallery. The presence of vegetation regulates humidity. This vegetation is deciduous, so it lets the sun's rays through in winter and provides shade in summer. Understand sustainability as a set of simple mechanisms that passively resolve a large part of the building's thermal and energy needs without the need for other mechanisms or sophisticated techniques. All class levels are equipped with a conservatory. An alternative space is offered to classrooms and the central circulation area. Thinking of time as a building material, the projected structure allows the addition of a floor for a future extension, incorporating 6 classrooms and their respective group rooms. Inside the building, the architecture is deliberately neutral, a support for school life. Because we believe that a project doesn't stop when the work is finished, it's up to the occupants to make the architecture their own, adapting and living it according to their needs. Dear listeners, thank you for tuning in. Let's meet again next week for a new Comme d'Archi in English. And until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening. Thanks to Julien Rebours, sound engineer, who is collaborating with us today. Don't forget to tune in to our previews on Instagram at comdarchipodcast. If you enjoy this podcast, don't hesitate to promote it by giving it 5 stars and a little comment on Apple Podcast or on your favorite podcast platform. And above all, subscribe to listen to all of our episodes for free. See you soon, and until then, take care of yourself.